Well, mate, thank you so much for joining us on the show tonight. We are going to play the brand new track Disgrace on our show for the first time tonight. So I wanted to start off by saying congratulations for such an amazing track, and congratulations to you for getting it on our show tonight.
Oh, thank you for putting it on there.
No problem. So, mate, I was wondering if you could start off by telling us a little bit about what our listeners can expect to hear on this track.
Okay, so basically it starts off pretty mellow. It's the lyrics are like from the point of view of the child. You know, like when it says things like she had a beautiful face and like an angel from outer space and all that. It's like the how a kid's thinking about his mother.
Yep.
You know, like looking at a beautiful face, and in the actual video, he's laying on her lap and touching her face, and just like he's absolutely in love with his mum. And then it gets the next verse is like it goes on about how she was hit in the face, obviously by her partner or his dad, and it's just like a huge, like the kid's whole world is just crumbling apart, and then she ends up leaving, and he has to grow up on his own. He ends up growing up on the streets and that, and then all he wants to do is be with his mum again, but he never finds her, and then he goes back to reconnect with his dad, but his dad's still a prick and like rips up this photo, this one last possession that the kid had of a photo of him and his mum. You know, like all them years living on the street, he kept that one thing that whole time.
Yeah.
And the dad just like rips it up in front of him. But he's a fully grown boy now, a man now, so he just lashes out. He loses the plot and basically beats his dad up the same way the dad beat the mum up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then like he ends up like trying to kill his dad and stuff. And the cops are called, and the cops come, and they have to end up shooting the boy, who's now a man. And then as he's dying, he looks up at the sky and sees his mum's face again.
Yep.
And that's how he passes away. So that's the whole song, but basically.
Yeah, it's a very, very deeply emotional track. Was it a very tough track for you to write?
Yeah, it'd be the hardest one I've written. I don't think I'll ever have one as hard as like to get put together as I did with that one, because basically the first half of the song and lyrics and everything are actually part of a life that I actually lived through. But the second half was the kind of life that I could have lived had I not, thought about things differently and met certain types of people who helped me understand things in life. So it was really hard to put together, and I'm sure if the people that this song is about watched it, they would know it was about them, and I'd have to deal with that later. But I feel it's really worth it because there's people out there living through this stuff or have lived through it, and they're old now and they're probably going through PTSD and other forms of depression and abandonment issues and things like that, where they could maybe see this video and it might just help them think, well, I've got to get out of this situation because it could get really bad, or I've been through that situation, I better start doing something to heal from it,
Definitely.
To understand it and heal from it.
As a writer myself, I know that when I write from the heart, I often have to change the way that I approach that project. For me, it's normally a film or a novel or something like that. Did you have to change your approach to this because it was so personal and so difficult to write?
Yeah, there was a process where I had to basically be a third person.
Yep.
In this, or like a fly on the walls situation, where I couldn't see myself in it too much. So even when I talk about the kid, I say the kid or that person and that the guy and that. So it's like because even when the film was getting filmed, when the actor father was beating on the actor mother, it was just too much for me to handle while watching the actors. I nearly jumped in to save the mother while they were acting.
Yeah.
So I had to literally leave the filming set and go at the back for a while and just grip onto this fence, pull fence, and just like get it together and get back in there, you know.
Definitely. And you mentioned before that you hope that people will listen to this track and watch the video that are maybe going through something similar, and they might learn from it and look for help. Are you prepared for those people to reach out to you? Because I know quite often when people are affected by a track, they'll often reach out to the musician that wrote it.
Well, you know, that would be a dream come true if somebody reached out and actually reached out to me. And
Yep.
you know, I would be greatly honoured to give what I could to help anybody that needed it, you know, in the situation that I have some understanding of.
Definitely. And you mentioned also the video that was put together by Peter Renzullo. Tell us a little bit about Peter and what that was like working with him on the video clip as well.
Well, Mr. Peter Renzullo, who should be knighted by the Queen, is an absolute legend. He basically, I knew he was good because I watched a movie he had made called Anticipation. And that was a full-length film. It won some awards. It was filmed here in Australia with some actors that I knew. And I thought, this guy's the guy that can get what I'm trying to say. So I just contacted him and he was like, replied immediately, very friendly, understood everything I said, like, because sometimes I can't really express it so well, and a lot of people can't through texts as well.
Yep.
But even sometimes when I'm trying to say something from the heart, it can come out weird and not exactly what but he actually got it straight away, and he asked me for a script, so I gave him the script, and he went through it, and you know, tweaked it a bit, and found all the actors, and he got the filming crew, and it was and the location, you know, one of his mates' house in Bassendean, and it was just everything he did was just perfect, man.
Yeah.
Like and after the filming, during the filming, got us all lunch in that Subway and got all different types and stuff, you know. And after the filming, I sat down and the actors sat down with me, and we sitting in a circle sort of thing in the lounge room. And half of these actors, if not majority of these actors, had gone through some form of, you know, domestic violence similar to what was on this show.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, so it became like a, almost like a group therapy session after the thing, and it was everyone just telling their stories. It was just really, really amazing, and Peter just like made everything run so smoothly. He knew what he wanted hours ahead of doing it.
Yeah.
Like, and everyone just did what he said, and it just worked out perfectly.
Definitely. And the result is something very, very special. And for our listeners out there, we will share the video clip on our website as well so that you can check it out. I have to ask, where to now for the band? Everything seems to be opening back up, and we know that the Western Australian border is opening back up very soon. What are your plans now with everything opening back up again?
Well, I feel like I'm the most fortunate person in the world when it comes to the setup I have with my band. I've got the best manager from Crunch Entertainment. His name's Andrew Massey, and got Peter Renzullo ready to do the next video. He's looking forward to the next videos to do, and you know, so Andrew Massey from Crunch Entertainment, he's like, you know, going to set up tours and all this other gear, and he also really likes the music, which is awesome. He said he doesn't sign anyone up without liking it, so there was a time where I thought, I don't know if anyone will like this stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But when he came and said he liked it and wanted to sign me up, I was like, yes, here's a pen, where's the pen? And but yeah, he's a freaking awesome dude. He's like interviewed Slayer and other, you know, Mastodon and Death Angel, so I feel really, really, really like, you know, blessed and sort of well looked after with everything around me. Or now I can just concentrate on writing the music, which is what I've always wanted to do.
Definitely. Well, Ershon, we are going to play Disgrace on our show right now. So what would you like to say to all of our listeners out there before they take a listen to Disgrace for the very first time?
I'd like to say that even though I'm a metalhead at heart, I needed to make it mellow to start with, and some songs got a lot of mellow in it, but it does get heavy. And basically, it's the contrast between the mellow and the heaviness that I'm trying to invoke emotions. I'm not so concerned about people like doing the windmill and stuff, but it's cool, like go for it. But I'm more concerned about them listening and feeling it. Like I want to really get into the hearts of people and get this connection where, never alone, man. And, we're out here trying to write things to try and connect with you and, and I wish you all the best in life and stay strong and, we're all going to die one day, so we may as well not rush it, we may as well live every day as much as we can,
Definitely. Well, mate, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us.